Declaration of law and jurisdiction. Description. This educational video examines the declaration of law and jurisdiction, focusing on how legal systems establish authority over individuals, entities, and disputes. It discusses how laws are applied within specific territorial limits, the significance of jurisdiction in legal proceedings, and the mechanisms by which courts assert control over cases. The text provides an in-depth analysis of legal frameworks relevant to jurisdictional claims and the rule of law. Declaration of law. A declaration of law refers to the formal assertion of legal principles governing a specific matter. This declaration can originate from a constitution, legislation, judicial precedent, or international legal agreements. It establishes the foundational rules that regulate legal relationships, enforce rights, and dictate legal procedures. Key aspects of a declaration of law. Establishes the legal framework for governance. Defines rights, duties, and obligations under the law. Serves as the basis for interpreting statutes, contracts, and regulations. Can be issued by courts, legislative bodies, or regulatory agencies. Example application. A court may issue a declaratory judgment stating that a contract clause is unenforceable under federal law. This declaration clarifies legal rights without necessarily imposing penalties or damages. Jurisdiction, the scope of legal authority. Jurisdiction refers to a court's or government's legal authority to hear and decide a case. It defines the territorial, subject matter, and personal scope of legal enforcement. Jurisdiction is essential for ensuring that laws are applied properly and that courts do not exceed their authority. Types of jurisdiction. 1. Subject matter jurisdiction determines whether a court has authority over the type of legal issue being litigated. 2. Personal jurisdiction relates to the power of a court over the parties involved in a lawsuit. 3. Territorial jurisdiction defines the geographic area where legal authority applies. 4. Exclusive versus concurrent jurisdiction. Exclusive means only one court has authority, while concurrent allows multiple courts to hear the case. 5. Appellate jurisdiction, the authority of higher courts to review lower court decisions. Example application. If a business headquartered in New York is sued by a customer in California, the court must determine whether it has personal jurisdiction over the business. If the company has significant operations in California, the court may assert jurisdiction based on minimum contacts under due process laws. The relationship between law and jurisdiction. Laws are meaningless without jurisdiction, as courts must have legal authority to enforce them. Jurisdictional disputes arise when multiple courts claim authority over a case. International law complicates jurisdiction, requiring treaties and agreements to determine legal authority across borders. Conclusion. The declaration of law and jurisdiction is a fundamental principle that ensures legal systems function within defined limits. Courts must establish jurisdiction before enforcing laws, ensuring due process and fairness in legal proceedings. Understanding these concepts is essential for navigating complex legal disputes and upholding the rule of law.